Pranking someone almost gets you shot.
Open the door!
3 people wearing Halloween masks.
If I open up my door and there are 3 people dressed like this, I'm coming out with a gun. I ain't gonna lie, you're done for. Just tell me it's a prank before I open up the door. You're getting shot.
Terrorizing a family in Alexandria, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., late Tuesday night.
Not gonna lie, if you're doing this as a grown person and it's not even Halloween, like it's 10 days prior to Halloween. It's the 28th right now, so we still have a couple of more days before we get to Halloween. But genuinely speaking, please do not pull up to anybody's house at midnight while everybody's asleep, dressed in some kind of purge outfit. For those of you listening right now, this guy is dressed up in a nun outfit with a like some kind of old raggedy ass mask on of an old nun lady with a wrinkled up face. I mean, this is kind of scary. And not only is he doing this himself, he's with what appears to be 2 other grown men as well in front of an unsuspecting woman's house.
I wonder if they got
doesn't
caught.
know what the hell is going on.
Worst nightmare.
The 3 apparently laughing at first, but their actions quickly becoming more sinister. From pulling on the front door.
Open the door! Open the door!
Okay, this right there is too far.
Like, why are you doing
pull on my door like that, you're literally getting shot. Like, I'm gonna think it's not a joke. You're pulling on someone's door. That's not even
bro? What?
prank
You don't even know this
worthy.
person. I don't believe.
That don't even
You're
make no
yelling, You're
sense.
screaming. You're saying, "Open the door." Okay, if she opened the door, and by the way, based off of this story, I heard the homeowner Shayla came out with a gun, or she didn't come out, but she hopped up out of bed, grabbed her gun, and was ready to let that fire off.
She
And
should
rightfully
have.
so.
She should
To
have.
making the motion of cutting their throat before threatening to break into the house.
I'm gonna count to 10. If this door doesn't open, we're gonna come in.
That is quite literally a threat. Yo, if there's 3 niggas at my front door playing around like this, I'm gonna shoot your ass. Leave. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say through the ring door, you got 3 seconds. On the count of 3, I'm shooting through the top window like these. You getting sniped, my nigga. It's over. You got about 5 seconds. Ain't nobody playing with you. You outside somebody's house 3 days prior to Halloween, 3 niggas knocking on somebody's door, pulling on the door. You're asking to get shot.
Lady masked nun outfit says, "I'm gonna count to 10. If this door doesn't open, we're gonna come in. 1, 2, pew 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 is what
Literally.
I would have done, bro. On the count of 3. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Or maybe it would have been like, blah, 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 depending on the size and caliber of the weapon. But I just gotta say, in these stark, cold, trying times where the economy's a wreck, people are very low trustworthy and cynical. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck and are highly stressed out. Why are you deciding to contribute to that as a fully grown man with 2 of your other buddies, whether this was paid or not, or you just found a random house in a neighborhood to try and harass somebody and scare
They
them
were
for your
bored,
own
definitely.
entertainment, knowing full well that people are very on edge nowadays and have a very short fuse? Why would you even risk your life like that? Why would you gamble with your own mortality, knowing full well there's a real possibility that you could get shot?
I said happy Halloween when they first came, asked them to get off the property. When they didn't, that's when I realized it wasn't a joke anymore.
Yeah, like in this day and age, if I see, and guys, watch the video if you're not seeing what I'm seeing on screen. I know a lot of people just like to put my videos on in the back and listen, but genuinely speaking, for you to understand what I'm saying, you have 3 grown men dressed up in very
This is
scary
outrageous.
Halloween costumes. Like, this shit literally looks like it came straight out of that movie, The Purge. One guy has got the nun mask on. The other guy has the Michael Myers mask on. The other one looks like a combination between Ju-on from The Grudge and the Jigsaw puppet from Saw. And this entire scene just looks very ominous, scary. And honestly, if I'm the homeowner or anybody who lives here, I'm not taking
shooting.
any chances. You're getting shot if you approach my door, trying to harass me, barge in. Like, this guy was literally grabbing onto her door and shaking that shit as if he was going to intrude on her premises. And even in the comment section, people are saying it's all fun and games till they get shot. Then they're
That's
like,
literally-
it was just a prank.
That's literally
bro,
what
it
most people do. They do this and then they say it's a prank and then they try to victim play themselves, bro. You're pulling on someone's door. You're gonna get shot.
It's just a prank, bro. I'm just kidding, bro. It's a skit. Like, as they're bleeding out on the sidewalk with a hole in their chest. Somebody else said, if this was just them standing at the Ring camera, that would be a prank. Damaging property, shouting, and trying to get into the house is psychopathic behavior. It really is. And a lot of these mentally ill fucks in this day and age will literally use, it's just a prank, it's just Halloween, as an excuse to kind of like act out on their intrusive psychopathic thoughts. Somebody said, OMG. That is terrifying and traumatizing. That's not a prank. That's premeditated aggression and stalking. And I wholeheartedly agree.
Our ABC affiliate WJLA speaking with Shayla, one of those family members
Yeah,
inside.
what are we doing?
She says the three never got into the house.
They tore the whole thing down.
She says they made their
They
way to the
ripped
backyard,
on her property?
destroying her fence and the screen to the back door.
What the fuck? Oh, so I didn't get this deep into the story, you know. This literally just came across my feed because I, you know, sometimes don't even get too deep into stories before I even talk about them. But the fact that I'm now seeing damage, like actual damage to her property, I thought they were just standing in front of the home, but they went around her backyard, literally tore down her fence, like her wooden fence is basically broken.
Yeah, I would have
hanging
came
on
out
by
guns
the
a-blazing, bro. I'm
Like,
not gonna lie.
genuinely speaking, depending on the state that she resides in, she would be legally able to shoot these people. And, you know, self-defense, whether they lived and they, you know, died, she would legally be able to do that. Because it's one thing, if they were, you know, standing in front of her Ring doorbell camera or standing in front of her door trying to scare her, even if they didn't know her, okay, that's like legally debatable.
And this is why people have to raise their kids. Yo, I'm sorry, these niggas under this mask, if they about under 15 and you are 8 days before Halloween banging and pulling on my door, ripping off the fence in my backyard, I'm going to think this is not a game. I'm going to come out 10 million in hand and you're going to be done for, bro. Your family's going to be surrounding my house with the candlelight. Why are you pulling on people's doors? Hey, I guess we'll never know, bro.
On whether or not someone can actually do that without, you know, getting shot.
Yeah, what are we
once
doing?
you start to enter the premise of somebody's house, you start to harass them, you start to
These niggas
shake on
literally
their
tried
door
to break in our
violently,
backyard.
and then because you can't open the door, you go around the backyard and you start making all kinds of commotion, literally damaging their property. Then that's when whatever happens to you next happens, and if you die, you die. Like, it's your fault.
They came through there, and that's how they entered to get to our door to be able to knock on the back door.
I'm not aware of incidents that have occurred this heinous before, and that's why it's so concerning.
Police in Alexandria now investigating. The chief calling this video very alarming.
But we're going to take
Very
every step
alarming.
once we identify them to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law.
So this happened in Alexandria, Virginia, and I'm not entirely sure about their gun laws over there. You know, each state and each jurisdiction, they have their own laws. America is kind of complex when it comes to gun ownership and self-defense. But I will say, every homeowner or, you know, law-abiding citizen out here would have fully understood if she shot. Like, genuinely speaking, even if it is just a prank, we don't know your intent. People, the average person, or anybody for that matter, cannot mind read. So we don't know whether or not this was all fun and games to the participants involved in the situation, or if they legitimately were crazy, having a genuine case of psychopathy and wouldn't mind if things escalated to the point to where they intruded on her home, got into her house, saw that she was the only one there, saw that she was vulnerable, and decided
Guaranteed
to,
it's like three little dumbass kids in the Halloween costumes.
Halloween costumes. This
They're
shit
probably
looks
about
like it's
13.
Friday
I
the
won't lie to
13th.
you.
Michael Myers, The Purge, some goddamn Nightmare on Elm Street type shit. I'm telling you, as a man myself, I'm not taking any chances with this. You're getting that fa-fa. You're getting that fire. I'm reaching for that pole. I'm
He's
aiming
not
with my
lying.
red sights. Or the green ones if you have them. And you're going home to see your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Or maybe not. These people are probably
Shout
going
out
to hell.
Jesus Christ.
Investigators say what may be seen as a prank
I love him.
days before Halloween is no joke.
Going around to their backyard, destroying property, and transitions from a prank to a criminal offense.
This guy kind of looks like he has autism, so I don't even know what's going on here.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
We take these incidents
Mikael
seriously.
Myers over there.
And the chief
He not
says
really
his
a threat.
message to whoever did this is turn yourself in. Shayla says that is her mom's house. Her mom now lives in fear because they do not know who did this. Police say they have promising leads with.
Now, in terms of who these individuals are, like I said earlier in this video, this happened 10 days ago. So enough time has been passed for law enforcement, I believe, to identify the individuals involved in the situation. I saw another situation or video indicating that their identities have been revealed.
Police Chief Tarek McGuire said the victims did not want their family members to be charged.
Should they not be responsible for the cost of investigating this case?
This is hopefully will be a learning experience for this family, and these are the actions that we've decided to take at this time.
Yeah, that's a mistake by the victims. Shayla and her mother, who were in that house at the time of that incident. I don't know why in this society, why do you want to be lenient against people who show signs of psychopathy or sociopathy or aggressive nature that can escalate over time to where they actually murder someone one day? Why do you have so much empathy for people who genuinely may end up killing killing someone one day. I don't understand that. If you keep doing that, and I swear to God, I'm talking to everybody listening to this video right now, if you keep being lenient to people who show dangerous red flags like this, in my opinion, you're just going to be complicit in the eventual murder of someone in real life down the line who becomes a victim of that person that you gave leniency to.
2 of the teens are siblings, and their mother was in on it. But cops say she and 2 other adults stayed out of sight while the cruel stunt was taking place.
So the parents just
the Mike
suck.
Myers mask.
Who is it? Open up the door.
Another dressed as a scary clown. And this evil nun making a chilling gesture. All demanded entry to the house in Alexandria, Virginia, right outside D.C.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. The individuals who approached this house are apparently teenagers, they're minors, and their mothers were in on it. So yeah, the mom was in on it. I had to go back a little to confirm what I heard. So the 2 guys are people in this situation, they're siblings, and one I suppose is a friend, and the mom was in on it. 2 adults were on the property as well, but they were out of sight, I suppose, filming the entire situation. So I'm not entirely sure if those 2 women knew the homeowner, Shayla and her mom or whatever, but I will say, imagine if they were all friends, right? Family friends or whatever, or they you know, they know each other from the community. And the moms not only set this up, they condoned it. They said, hey, go prank my friend Shayla. Can you imagine if Shayla, rightfully so, ended up shooting one of these children? I'm not entirely sure how old are they. They could be somewhere between 16 and 18. I'm not entirely sure. But imagine if she ended up shooting one of these boys and then they ended up dying. Then what? Like, I swear, yo, people just need to stop with these pranks, especially in this day and age. Like, genuinely speaking, it's not cool, it's scary, and in my opinion, it's just incredibly irresponsible.
Either you come out or we coming in.
A widow, her adult
Either
daughter,
you come
and a
out or
child
we
were
coming in.
inside.
Yeah, I
Told
would have definitely
Inside
got to
Edition
shooting out the top
they were
window. I'm
truly
sorry.
terrified, especially when the trio went behind the house and broke a gate trying to gain entry.
It was just terrifying. If they would have entered the home, I'm not sure what they would have done.
Like, what? Ladies and gentlemen, don't do this. And as
Please
other
don't
people
do
in
this.
the comment section are saying, what kind of prank involves breaking other people's property? I don't know what kind of relationship this family has going on with their relatives, but my life already has too much drama and stress to worry about my own relatives adding more to it by pulling pranks like these. Somebody else said no charges
these
filed.
people
They
are
destroyed their property.
absolutely
Disgusting. Someone else said the
dumb.
mom is an idiot. She almost got her kids killed. They all should be charged, including the parents. And I agree. And this last comment said they should have been charged, especially the mom. Disgusting how they've been let go. What kind of monsters are these people raising? So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts
Ow,
and
my
views down below
neck.
about the situation. Listen, Halloween's approaching. A lot of people are on edge, and a lot of people just don't have time for the games. So don't do this. With that said, though, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Be sure to hit the like button, comment down below, and you know,
Shout out
try to
more
keep it
you, bro.
civil. Don't
W
go too
video.
crazy.
And
yeah.
please do not be these dumb ass kids right here trying to break into people's property. You might get shot. Just saying. It's always a possibility, you know. It's always a possibility. W video though. Shout out more.